LEX 18 News.
Lexington police are finishing out the year with a new homicide investigation. Tonight, we hear from those who live near Bradley Court about what happened last night. Plus, it was a win-lose day for the Wildcats. We break down what went right on the court and what went wrong on the gridiron. And it's the new year somewhere. We're seeing how different countries are welcoming 2023. LEX 18 News starts now. Good evening, I'm Megan Mannering. Thank you for joining us on LEX 18 a little earlier than normal. As the year comes to a close, Lexington's homicide count is up. Police are looking into a triple shooting that happened Friday night on Bradley Court. One person died at the scene and two others were taken to the hospital. LEX 18 Cindy Darden went to the neighborhood and spoke with multiple witnesses for tonight's big story.
When we arrived, we found a community still very shaken up by what happened Friday night. They didn't want to go on camera as police haven't made any arrests, but they did walk us through what they witnessed and how they stepped in to help the victim just before he passed. One neighbor says she thought it was all a bad dream until she woke up and realized the gunshots were real and just outside her front door. She says she and another male neighbor raced outside to find three men lying in the street. One of them, her neighbor's son, Tyron Shaw. As the man held his son close, the woman tells LEX 18 she watched as the life left his eyes. 21-year-old Shaw was pronounced dead at the scene. Meanwhile, another neighbor and his wife rushed to help the other two victims, as the man tells LEX 18 that his wife used a cloth from home to put pressure on their wounds and stop them from bleeding out. Lexington police say both victims were taken to the hospital, one with life-threatening injuries. Shaw's death brings the 2022 homicide total in Lexington to 44. That's more than the previous record of 37 in 2021. Over the past 5 years, homicides in the city have steadily increased, concerning nearby communities like House of God Church that's situated just across the street from Friday's shooting. Lead pastor Thomas Clark says he's watched the violence grow more dire over the 30 years he's been with the church.
There's been an increase in violence in our community, in our city, over the past years. And I think we've all recognized that. We're not all sure what the best solution is, but we're certainly aware of it and its impact on our neighborhoods.
We reached out to Lexington PD and the coroner's office for an update on those two other victims that were taken to the hospital, and we haven't heard anything back yet. In the meantime, if you have any information on this shooting, you are asked to reach out to the Lexington Police Department. In Lexington, Cindy Darden, LEX 18 News.
We're just over an hour away from the end of 2022. Meteorologist Emily Goodman is here helping us see what the new year will hold. How is 2023 shaping up so far, Emily?
Well, I think it's going to be a whole lot better than this time last weekend as we kind of rolled toward the end of December, way below normal. The temperatures just absolutely frigid. We had those wind chills down into the negative double digits. Negative 31 is how it felt last Friday. And then, of course, yesterday hitting a high temperature of 69 degrees. That was a 100-degree difference in how it felt outside. The feels like temperatures. We've been tracking some rain. Most of those showers came in overnight last night into this morning. Now that the low pressure system is trailing up to the northeast, it's carrying all of that rain with it. So we're going to finish 2022 in the last couple of hours here dry. We have partly cloudy skies, just enough clearing for us to see some dense fog beginning to develop. If you have to travel, do be aware that there are going to be some spots of potentially dense fog across the area, especially in Lexington. It looks like we're seeing visibility as low as maybe 0 miles. It's down to 6 in London, 0 miles of visibility also over in the Campbellsville area. So be aware of that as you are traveling this evening. We're at 44 degrees right now in Lexington with a south breeze. Those winds will continue to calm. So as that happens, that fog will continue to develop. We're between 10 and 20 degrees colder now versus this time yesterday. So it's starting to feel a little bit more seasonable. Don't worry though, the 60s are coming back. 67 degrees on Tuesday with rain. We'll talk more about it in minutes.
Thanks, Emily. Kentucky and Louisville met on the hardwood for the first time since 2019. And let's just say BBN is happy heading into 2023. Eli Gain was there and has more on today's win.
Good vibes leaving Rupp Arena. An 86-63 victory for the Wildcats. Didn't trail at all in this game. Now, the main story of the outcome was this performance from Jacob Toppin. Now, prior to today, he scored just 9 points in his last 4 games combined. Really took a toll on his confidence. Said that he was in a really dark place mentally. Well, before Wednesday's game at Mizzou, Coach Cal met with Toppin at the hotel and had a nice conversation with him. Said it went well. Toppin said it went well, too. But his performance was still a little bit off. So what does Cal do over these last few days? Well, he continued to challenge Jacob, have conversations with him, and made him earn the start against Louisville, where he did this today, scoring a career-high 24 points.
Well, honestly, I probably reached rock bottom. There was no bottom before this game, so I just try to focus on climbing back out of the hole that I was in, and I took a step forward today. I had a lot of support from my teammates and my coaching staff, and it just feels good to just be back to my old self. I feel good mentally and physically, so we just move forward and try to get better as a team from here.
They got to get in a good frame of mind and then get hit in the mouth. And are you fragile or do you keep playing? Today he kept playing. And now he's going to do it against better teams. You watch.
Next up for the Cats, into the heart of the SEC schedule when they welcome in LSU Tuesday night at Rupp Arena. Tip-off scheduled for 8 o'clock. Now, don't worry. We didn't forget about the Music City Bowl. But maybe after the outcome, we want to forget about it. Iowa shutting out UK 21-0 in Nashville. That's where Maggie Davis and Anna Tarullo have your post-game report.
We're here at Nissan Stadium where Kentucky was shut out for the first time since 2019 in the Music City Bowl today. Iowa wins that one 21-0. And, you know, not a lot you can take from this one, but one thing we got to see Destin Wade, the freshman, in his first career start. Mark Stoops really talked about how Destin was put in a hard situation, but he did the best he could.
We needed to play very well around them. We talked about it all week. That, it's not just on the quarterback or any one player. We need to do some good things around them. And I think there's certain areas where we fell short. And it's not a time to point fingers. We all accept it. But we know we're going to grow from this, and I know he will grow from this.
Well, in a lot of ways, this game was pretty much exactly what we expected. We knew it was going to be a battle between these two defenses specifically. We actually talked about it this morning in our BBN Game Day Music City Bowl preview special, saying the team that makes the fewest mistakes would probably be able to come out with a win in this one. And also the team that got out ahead first, because in these two teams being so strong on the defensive side of the ball, that 21-point deficit, back even when it was really a 14-point deficit, just too much for Kentucky's offense to overcome. But of course, the defense really held up its end of the bargain in this one.
Our defense, Trevin and them, we gave up 7, a very good defensive game. There's going to be people out there knocking that, but there's a lot of people that still love and appreciate defense, right? So I think it was a good game in that way. And, while somebody asked Trevin a question, because they played pretty good.
Everybody was coming together. Even though we was down, no matter what happened, we still had our heads up. Because, most teams, when they go down, they start backing up, but we still had our foot on the pedal.
So the offseason starts now. Of course, they'll probably take a little bit of time to actually rest and recover, but obviously a lot of changes coming this offseason to the roster and the staff. We'll, of course, keep you updated on all of that as the offseason continues to evolve from here.
We will, and we've got your highlights and more from Coach Stoops in just a few minutes. From Nissan Stadium, she's Maggie Davis. I'm Anna Tarullo.
In some parts of the world, 2023 is already underway. Coming up, we look at how different parts of the world are ringing in the new year.
It's been a while, and we missed you. That's why on January 17th, we're coming together again for the 29th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Unity Celebration at the Central Bank Center in Exhibit Hall A2. For tickets, sponsorship, and more, visit ablfoundationky.com. Thank you for 29 years of community support and partnership. We're together again, and can't wait to see you.
Shop huge mattress savings during Ashley Home Store's New Year's sale. Save $400 on select Stearns & Foster mattresses, or get 0% interest for 6 years on top bedding brands. In store this week only at Ashley Home Store, America's #1 furniture and mattress store.
Barn-dominiums are America's hottest new form of home building. Whether you're looking to build a beautiful barn-dominium home, an equestrian or simple barn, a new garage, or a gathering place for family recreation, CKR Pole Buildings and Barns can make your dreams a reality. Call us and talk to one of our building specialists. Our custom buildings are constructed by Amish craftsmen. We never compromise on quality because your building is our building. Call today for a free estimate or visit kypolebuildings.com.
Feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't at its best. But a little Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil psyllium fiber gels to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down, and also helps lower cholesterol. It slows sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Lighten every day the Metamucil way. Feel less sluggish and weighed down after just 14 days. Sign up for the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com.
Save big this weekend at Ashley Home Store's New Year's sale. Saturday through Monday only. Save 25% off store-wide. Find this queen bed now only $5.99. 3 days only at Ashley Home Store.
So much of the world is marking new beginnings, and the celebrations are some of the biggest we have seen in years. We've already seen some countries ring in the new year, from Hong Kong to Dubai. And as the countdown clock starts here, Stephanie Gosk has the latest on the pomp and the preparations.
Let the celebrations begin. With COVID's grip on the world loosening, it's time to ring in the new year the way it should be done, with fireworks in Australia and Bangkok, Thailand. Temple bells in Japan. In New York City's Times Square, rain in the forecast did little to deter the revelers.
Where are you guys from? I'm from Brazil.
Brazil.
Colombia.
Colombia.
Mexico.
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 Taiwan.
Taiwan. Anxiously awaiting the first celebrations without COVID restrictions since the pandemic began. Like 9.5 hours to go.
Yeah.
The NYPD out en masse today. Thousands of uniformed and plainclothes officers securing the streets. Dozens of sanitation trucks blocking access. Inside the barricades, no coolers or large bags. And no umbrellas.
The weather's not that great, but the scenery is absolutely amazing.
Festive hats will have to be enough to protect the crowd from the rain. While out on the West Coast, the weather is more than just a nuisance. 31 million people in California and Nevada are under flood alerts.
It's just ugly.
The second wettest day ever in San Francisco, triggering mudslides. An evacuation order issued in Santa Cruz County. Workers are clearing streets after strong winds brought trees down. But in Times Square, the wind should cooperate, even if the rain does not. All eyes trained on the Waterford crystal ball, ready to welcome 2023.
That was Stephanie Gosk reporting. Make sure to stick around after the news. Miley's New Year's Eve party starts at 10:30, and you don't want to be late. That's right here on LEX 18.
Even though our temperatures are just ending a little bit on the cool side compared to the past day or so with record-breaking highs, don't worry. We get more to those record-breaking highs again, back into the 60s. We'll take a look at your full storm tracker forecast. That's after this break.
Hi, Shane Huffman with the Neil Huffman Automotive Group, where currently we have hundreds of pre-owned vehicles, all aggressively priced, coming with our 3-year certified maintenance. You can visit us today at neilhuffman.com. Huffman has it.
Now that 2022's finally over, it's time to say, hello 2023! And now during P-Rant's New Year's sale, get up to 3 years special financing on appliances with no money down. Top-load washer with agitator and matching dryer, $11.39 at the big box, now $9.49. Save over $2,000 on a Samsung 4-piece kitchen package with food showcase 4-door French door refrigerator, $34.99. Plus a free $500 furniture gift card, because nobody beats P-Rant's.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CR-V, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot,
Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
Again? I'm marching backwards. Here? For goodness sake. I'm sorry, Mother. Father?
Here, you wear my watch.
Dad?
We all want more of a good thing.
More.
And Miss Moore was no different.
More.
As her name suggested, she loved more.
More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
When snow, ice, and bitter cold are the big stories, count on the weather team with more experience and the best technology.
On the Max Track Live Doppler here at 6:02.
To keep you safe, informed, and connected. LEX 18 Storm Tracker Weather. For detailed, in-depth investigations that hold people accountable, this is where you watch. LEX 18 investigates.
When I left Montana this summer, it was flooding in Yellowstone, and then I got to Kentucky, and my second day of work, it was flooding in
That was
Eastern.
your second
That was
day
the
of
second
work.
day of work.
Wow, it was what a welcome that was.
I know, but it just goes to show what a crazy year we've had
It really
for all
has
of these
been.
these weather events.
I know we thought 2020 was bad, and then 2021 we still had a lot of things going on, like the tornadoes in December in Western Kentucky that led to the flooding late July in Kentucky. So let's take a look back at 2022, kind of wrapping up the year here. This is just a sampling of what we will be, what we have seen in this past year from hurricanes, just kind of moving through the Florida area, impacting the Carolinas as well. You've had tornadoes across Dixie Alley into Tornado Alley as well. You've had fires over in the west, and even here in Kentucky, we were no different. We suffered as well. So we had hail events, we had flooding events. Of course, the Appalachian floods of Eastern Kentucky was one of the worst natural disasters we have seen in years, maybe even decades. And folks there are still cleaning up. Cleanup efforts are going to be ongoing for probably the next few years. We also had the hail event here in central Kentucky where we saw baseball-sized hail, 2.5 inches in diameter, enough to do significant damage, and it did. Then we had even a couple of tornadoes touching down our counties just over around the Louisville area. So there's been a lot going on. Let's look back at the month of December. It was a wild month as well, temperature-wise, because basically for the first 13 or 14 days, we were generally speaking warmer than normal. Days getting up 19 degrees above average. And then, of course, we had that major storm that brought our temperatures way down below normal, 30 degrees below normal, 30 degrees below freezing is how it felt. And then the last few days of this month, temperatures pushing right back up, 25, 27 degrees warmer than normal. Talk about whiplash. We had some rain falling last night into the day today. Rain totals came in a little less than what we thought. So between a trace amount, especially for southeastern Kentucky, up to maybe a couple of tenths of an inch of rain here in Lexington, Cynthiana, and Lawrenceburg. A couple of spots had only a tenth of an inch of rain. So we're seeing between a quarter to a half an inch. So we trended a little bit closer to the quarter of an inch of rain. Looking ahead to New Year's Day, weather historically speaking, the warmest New Year's Day was 71 degrees. That was set in 1952. The coldest was -3 in 1928. Then we had the wettest year on record, 1966, 1.44 inches of rain and 5.5 inches of snow fell on New Year's Day, 1964. And we're going to be somewhere kind of in the middle of that. It's going to be dry and it will be warm, but it's not going to be the warmest we've seen. Future trends track shows clearing skies taking shape overnight, patchy but dense fog developing. We should stay dry through your Sunday aside from a very stray sprinkle. Warm front then glides in. That's going to send our temperatures soaring again as we step into the new year. Monday and Tuesday particular looking impressively warm, and then even through January the 10th, we're still looking at temperatures well above average. Tonight lows down around the mid-40s. It's not that cool, but definitely cooler than it has been. Keep in mind there will be spots of dense fog, so keep that in mind. For your Sunday, high temperatures right around 60 degrees, and so that is going to just feel really nice. And we're also going to see hopefully some more afternoon sunshine heading our direction as we roll into the new year 2023. We're looking at nice dry weather for your Sunday, most of Monday as well. Rain returns on Tuesday. That's the warmest day. And then after that, we start to see more normal temperatures back into the upper 30s, low in the mid 40s by next weekend.
This is what Community and Kentucky is about.
LEX 18 News, sharing good news.
It's goodness that needs to be seen.
That celebrates our community and inspires us all.
Show the world that it's possible.
That's positively LEX 18.
At Burke Furniture, we're combining two sales into one huge event. It's the Burke Furniture New Year's and Clearance Sale. We have a huge amount of furniture in stock, plus clearance items throughout our entire showroom. The Burke Furniture New Year's and Clearance Sale.
Welcome to my digestive system. It's pretty common here with a Line Probiotic. You see, your gut has good and bad bacteria. When you get off balance, you may feel it. The bloating, the gas. But Align helps me trust my gut again.
Plus, it's recommended by doctors nearly 2 times more than any other probiotic brand.
Just one a day naturally helps promote a balanced gut and soothe occasional bloating, gas, and discomfort. Align Probiotic. Welcome to an Align gut.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. As always, we're bringing you great deals.
For example, this 2023 Kia Telluride, only $449 down and $449 a month. 2023 Forte, only $279 down and $279 a month. And remember, if you take home over $350 a week, then we have more than 20 lenders who want to approve you.
Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up at cartownkiausa.com.
DQ biscuits and gravy. Now this is the stuff that biscuits and gravy dreams are made of. The kind of dream where home-style biscuits are served fluffy and warm, and the scent of simmering gravy made with Purnell sausage is so aromatic you can taste it. And then the dream ends with you taking a bite just to realize you're not dreaming. You're at DQ in your pajamas, eating the best biscuits and gravy of your life. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hey, it's me again with a little more about the Burke Furniture New Year's and Clearance Sale. All the best brands at the best prices. Sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedrooms, and dining rooms. The Burke Furniture New Year's and Clearance Sale going on now.
John Calipari and Kenny Payne going head-to-head for the first time as head coaches in a rivalry renewed. We haven't seen Kentucky and Louisville take the floor, at least on the men's side, since 2019. COVID postponing each of those last 2 meetings. Let's show you how it all unfolded. The Cats cooking from the jump. Oscar Shibwe laying it in. That's an 18-4 run to start the game for the Cats. The feel-good story, Jacob Toppin finding his game. That jumper was back. Had 15 points in the first half alone. Good to see him hitting some shots. Cats led 45-30 at the break. Cards throw a couple of punches, though. Start the second half on a 7-0 run to cut the lead to 8, but the Cats counter with a 6-0 run. Cason Wallace caps the run off. He had 17 points on the day, and from there, just dunks galore. Oscar Shibwe, Jacob Toppin rocking the rims at Rupp Arena. Both finishing with 24 points. That's a career high for Toppin. Shibwe added 14 rebounds as the Cats shoot 60% from the floor and go wire to wire to get the victory 86-63.
I respect these kids. Playing here is really hard, really rewarding, but it's hard. And I said, there's a tax you pay to play here and coach here. It's a tax. It makes it, you got to be thick-skinned and tough. This is a good group. I can't imagine our fans aren't jacked that this is our team. They want to win every game, so do I. I want to win more than the fans want to win. But Let's get it right. Let's go forward. Let's see what we are. Let's see with playing the way we're playing now where we take things.
All right, UK and Iowa meeting for the second straight year in a bowl game. Last year it was the Citrus Bowl. This year, the Music City Bowl. Let's go to the Music City, where the Cats are starting freshman quarterback Devin Wade. Well, he's going to pick up a 15-yard completion here. That's Dane Key, but that would lead to one of many, many punts on the day. Iowa, early second quarter, getting on the scoreboard, into the end zone, makes it 7-0 early on. That was Luke Lakey for a 15-yard score. And then, the mistakes start to happen. Wade is picked off by Xavier Wonkpa, and he's going 52 yards for the touchdown, and that's not good when your offense is struggling. It's 14-0 Iowa. And then after a few more punts, Wade picked off again, and again it's a house call to make it 21-0. That'd be your final score. Wade throws for 98 yards in his debut. Keith Farmer was there and has more on his performance and some of the positives you can take away from it.
Well, Coach Stoops said he wanted to see a glimpse of the future by starting Destin Wade at quarterback. And while that might not happen next year because Devin Leary is coming in, transferring with 6,500 yards and 62 touchdowns, what this game did for Destin Wade was give him some meaningful minutes in an NFL stadium against a terrific defense. So this will only help him going forward.
Some things that I felt like I did well was escape the pocket and try to find a play downfield. I felt like I did a good job executing in and out of the huddle, making sure my guys are lined up and just reading the coverages and seeing if it's like man or zone.
I saw a young man that has a bright future, and Destin was put in a tough situation today. So there'll be a lot of armchair quarterbacks that sit back and want to critique this guy. But I tell you right now, let him go back there and play against that defense and see how easy that is.
All right, and Dane Key said that what he plans to do now is get some meaningful minutes with his family, and he will do that, and then the Wildcats will regroup, and they will have spring ball in March. From Nashville, Keith Farmer, LEX 18 Sports.
Happy New Year, everyone. We'll be right back.
I tried everything to remove fabric odors, but my clothes still smelled. Until I finally found New Downy Rinse and Refresh.
It doesn't just cover odors, it helps remove them up to 3 times better than detergent alone. Find New Downy Rinse and Refresh in the fabric softener aisle.
When I was a little girl, growing up on a farm in Barron County, I really thought my daddy made the sunrise. But it was when he came home and we all gathered around the kitchen table that I really learned that his life was built on a promise. A promise that if you lived by your faith, worked hard, did right by your neighbor, here in Kentucky, anything is possible. From Happy Valley Elementary to the University of Kentucky, to the boardroom, and all the way to the United Nations. People said I was just some small town girl, but my dad showed me that it's where I'm from that got me to where I am today. The answer is right here at kitchen tables across Kentucky.
Kelly Craft, a genuine conservative leader.
West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling fast, easy, and convenient during the holiday season. And today I'm joined by Kirsten to find out exactly how they're doing that. Kirsten.
So, Joe, we know everyone is super busy this time of the year, which is why our one-day installations are so popular. During the holidays, we know people don't have time to sit around for days, even a week or more, waiting for their home remodeling project to be done. That's why our one-day installation is crucial.
And Kirsten, you're also making starting these projects more affordable. Tell us how you're doing that.
So, Joe, right now we're offering our biggest financing deal of the season. It's 5 years of 0% APR, which makes paying for that project easy because the payments are broken down into equal low monthly payments. On top of that, we're taking 50% off the cost of installation on all projects.
Kirsten, thanks. Folks, call West Shore Home now for this amazing offer. West Shore Home is extending this offer for 1 week only. 5 years of 0% APR plus 50% off the cost of installation. Call West Shore Home now.
in-depth investigations that hold people accountable, this is where you watch. LEX 18 investigates.
Well, it may be a little on the cool side right now, but our temperatures warm right back up into the 60s as we move into your new year. We want to thank you for spending some time with us tonight and every other night in 2022. Here's to a grand 2023. Have a very safe and happy new year.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.